Get that off. Check, check. All right. Now, I need a link. How do I get a fucking link? I need a link. All right. The unexpected, the unannounced live stream. Oh, let's see if we get anybody on. Hey, somebody showed up. And how do I say that? Enric? Enric. Hey, how's it going? Is the mic volume okay? Yako, man, you've got to tell me what your handle is in Discord. You're a very regular viewer, but I don't know what your handle is. I keep thinking it's different in Discord. Maybe not. You guys hear me all right? Got this new mic here. Sometimes it doesn't sound as good as the other one, but it's not in my face, which is kind of nice. Yako, that's your handle? Yako is your handle in the Discord. Why do I never see your handle? Well, you must be in there. I never see it, right? Because that would stand out to me. Yako, it would stand out. All right, I got a good one here today. First one here, we're going to clean up. Sound is okay, good. Thanks, Enric. Hope I'm saying that correctly. We'll get rid of this disclaimer in a second here, and we'll let a few more people come in. Apparently, one of my guys told me the disclaimer was up for like 15 minutes yesterday. Seems weird. I would think you guys would be commenting on that. But I guess on YouTube, I don't know. There's something. This whole thing with live stream. Oh man, I appreciate that, Yako. The live stream. There's not like a, what do I want to say? A dress rehearsal kind of a room, right? Like as soon as there's no place to go. Oh, is everything all right here? Because I'm trying to have PKS event to join us today. There's no place where we can test it. Like the only way you can find out is to go live. And I've had more than a few 2 or 3 minute live streams go up with me bitching about not being able to figure it out, right? But I don't know, man. I'm just too much of an old fart. All right, let's give it another minute here. We'll get a few others on here. I think some of the members are somewhat surprised we're doing this here. I think I got about 6 or 7, but a couple of good ones here, and some members posting up here. I don't like to leave anybody out. All right, so why don't we? Let's see. Are we good here? Is my camera good here? I guess we are. Okay, so I guess there is. Let's get rid of the disclaimer. We're fully disclaimed. So I'm going to start here. This was the one we struggled with yesterday. Oh, that's not bad. That delay was only about 10 seconds. All right, maybe. Fuck, I don't know why it's different day to day. So I thought we'd start here because this is can you look at target? Yeah, let me write that down so I don't forget. How do I say that? Usubi? Target. Okay, I just wrote that down so I don't miss it at the end of the list. PK is going to try and he's going to try and join us, but we're a little unsure exactly how that works with this product we're using. We that's the thing. We tested it the other day. It's like a week ago, and he said, "Oh, I could join you today." And my first thought was, "Oh, fuck! That means I got to remember how to do it." It's trickier than you think. You think it would be just drop dead, point and click and easy, but it's not because we're coordinating. He's in France. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So this was the one that I struggled with yesterday, and I'm back and forth. I'm looking at this going, what's wrong with this? Why is this not valid? And you guys will recall, we were kind of in here, and we couldn't quite get it to work, and I thought, my thought was, as I recall, there's an issue here with, I should probably make that fatter and bigger. We can't have... it's something to do with the 2 and the 4, and I'll be damned, right? So PK corrected me, right? So one of the nice things, well, this is nice not only for me in terms of my own benefit, but certainly for members. It's literally like I go to, it's like a chat GPT of Elliott experts. I just post it to my guys and say, I'm looking at this leading diag. I know there's something wrong here, but I'm trying to, and boom, what you see the count that he comes back with. So for any of you that are students of Elliott, right, this is a tricky one. This would be good for a test, right? This would be good for one of our belt tests. Why is this not valid? Well, so the first question would be, okay, if it's going to be a leading diag and we're going to do it as a series of threes, well, there is a zigzag here. Well, so the premise would be, okay, it's a little skinny on the first one, but we could turn that into a 3, A, B, C, right? There is a perfectly valid zigzag here. Now, here's the correction. We can do that as A, B, C as well. And then we can go 5 here. If this, we'd get a flat here. And then if, right, we don't have this bit yet here, right? So if we get a 5 here, such that 5 would be longer than 3, well, then your thought might be, oh, hey, I've got a leading diag. Nope, invalid right here. Now, this is one of those cases where, again, we don't have this last leg. But if we get up here, boy, you got to. It's. What do I want to say? It's hard to call that something other than a 5, right? I mean, we're looking at this going, okay, wait a second. So you're telling me I can't trade that as a 5, as a leading diag? I can't call that a leading diag? Well, you know, of course, call it whatever you like, trade it however you'd like. But if you're going to be, right, which is a kind of cornerstone of what we do at Trade Devils, we're teaching you the hard rules and guidelines, right? And then if you make the choice, right, and I do it often. I'm not a purist, right? So you have to know them first to validate if indeed you're going to break a rule or guideline. Well, this is one where I go, oh fuck, are you kidding me? I can't call that I'll be damned, right? You cannot. So the reason it's invalid is because in an expanding here like this, 4 has to be longer than 2, and it's not, right? So per the hard rules, right, which PK, right, these I've got 2. Geez, he's a level 3. I've also Tony. Where does he go? He goes by Crypto Knee on Twitter. It's Tony Talon in here. Tony T. He's a level 4. Right? I'm a level 1. These guys are so good. I mean, they just dust me. They see things that I don't. And this is a good example of that, where I was going kind of remember that there's something here with the 4. Well, that's where our cheat sheets are you know, kind of particularly useful to a student. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I forgot that, oh, fuck, yeah, that's right, 4 has to be longer, right? So once you're reminded of it, you're like, of course, I know that, but it's easy to forget. We got a whole lot of rules and guidelines to remember, but that's what invalidates it. So in that context of, hey, you got to learn the rules before you can break them, that was a little reminder for me. All right, so there's a count that is invalid, right? Annoyingly so. Well, so then what's the solution, right? So you look at it and you go, okay, what are we calling that? Per this, I got West 49. I've noticed a few charts that pay dividends likes. Really tricky for Elliott Wave. Well, it's a good point, West 49. West is just posting here. He's got a couple of things. West 49 must be a new member. I don't recognize that handle. Well, this is one of those cases where, okay, so he's making the point down here with dividends, things can get tricky, right? Because it's another variable that you have to deal with that's influencing the crowd dynamics, right? Do you want to hold or not, right? Given that we have this nice dividend here. Well, let's get the Elliott part first. I don't think PK. Oh, wait. Maybe he's here. He is here. Okay, so fuck. Oh shit. Hey PK, if you're on, I don't know how to add you. I don't know how to add you in, man. I don't know how to do it. I know we did it the other day, but I don't know how to do it. So at this point, I got enough people here. I can't. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I got to mute that. I use Financial Juice, which is kind of a nice service for a day trader so you don't miss anything. And I forgot to turn it off. See, I'm not used to doing a live stream on a Thursday. Okay, let's get to the solution here, because as much as that seems like, oh come on, really, I can't. Not if you want to be Not if you want to be valid. Okay, so I take it to PK, and it took him all of maybe 5 minutes to get this count. This is just remarkable, right? These guys are so good. They see things that we don't. we normal humans. So we were in sync on everything until we got in here, because it just doesn't fly. You can't make it work and be valid. So the ABC, right, we're good there. But look at this fancy footwork in here. So it would be easy to miss this, because as I'm looking at this, yeah, that's good. Get rid of that. I'm looking at this, and here's what I see. It looks to me like I got to go 1, 2, 3. Right? That's what my eyes saw here. I've got to go 1, 2, 3. But I'll be damned. There's a contracting diag staring you right in the face, right, for the trained eye. So he spots this in 5 minutes. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an A. Now it's a little skinny on the B, right? Granted, right? Perfection is, don't be looking for perfection. A little skinny on the B, but valid, right? It's not like there's a requirement the B comes down here. It's skinny, but it's there. Okay, well now we come up and we get our C. So we've got an A, B, C of a W. Interesting, right? So already we're like, wait a minute, this is corrective? Well, just because it's corrective out here at this degree doesn't mean you can't make money on the long side. I mean, shit, I know we looked at this yesterday. First, I got to remember, are we in log? We don't need to be in log, right? So here, look. Shit you can't make up, right? That's a beeline to the target. And then look, how do we know it's an algo? Right, not this, right? A 50% retracement is as common as the day is long. It's that, right to the target. It's damn near a straight line, and then the reaction. Now double top, right? So, okay, now what are we doing up here, right? Well, we've already swept that liquidity. Now we're bumping into this sweep and go. Breakouts, right? As much as I continually advocating that this is not a good place to enter the market. I mean, sooner or later, right, we're going to go sideways forever, or a breakout's going to succeed, right? So the premise being here that, okay, well, now we go again, right? So is there another algo here, right? Is Al in here again? Well, you tell me. Right, now there's the target. Oh, come here. I'm taking to using this arrow, which I kind of like, right? So there's the next target. 50 straight line to the target. Right, this fail. Back to the 50. We don't know, right? We might go up here, sweep this liquidity, and tank. You never know, right? There's no knowing. So don't be looking for. I only take those 100% certainty trades. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for, hey, do I have an edge here? As I went off on this yesterday on a long tangent. That's all we. It doesn't matter how great your analysis is. At the end of the day, you come all through it and say that I know that's an impulse. It's the slightest edge. That's it. That's all you're ever going to get. So don't look for more than that, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So we get this sideways price action here, right? This is pretty okay, right? What are we doing, right? So just looking at that, wouldn't one of your thoughts be, okay, well, it looks like we're moving here. Is this reaccumulation before we push higher? Right? Does it start down here with, we could look at it a couple of ways, right? You could say, okay, is this the beginning of it? Where we're in a box here, right? It's the same thing, right? It's the exact same thing, right? It just, you have, in context, right here, it's the same thing. I mean, this is the market. This is what the market does all over the place, right? What are we're going sideways, right? So, I mean, here, this is just a great example, right? Trend. Correction, more trend, sideways. Now, in hindsight, of course, what do we have here? We have distribution. Now, what do we do here? Now, this is whether it's Elliott or Wyckoff, this is always the challenge, right? There is no perfect method, right? So you're looking here and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Is that additional distribution before we're heading lower? How would you know, right? Because distribution, pardon me, this would be a continuing distribution with the implication we're heading lower, and accumulation look exactly the same until you see the outcome. Well, now there's a little bit of extra Wyckoff in here, right? Well, so okay, well here's the fuck again, right? I mean, I'm a I'm a sloppy Wyckoffean, right? So maybe there's a push here back against the creek, and here's the test at the edge of the creek, and we go. Right, so I mean, I like Wyckoff, right? I should probably spend more time with it. But it's the same idea. Distribution, accumulation. Now what are we doing here? Well, that's where, I would propose to you that the Elliott brings in an additional advantage, right? Well, we can look at this and say, well, as it sits right now, we have a combination of events. The initial accumulation, the launch, retest, look what it's testing here. Right, so I mean, the markets, it's so frustrating, right? Because in hindsight, you look at it and go, well, of course, right? Oh, well, they broke here, they came back to retest it. Right, so easy in hindsight. I know, right? I'm very conscious of that when I'm trying to teach. But so you look here, and so, okay, well, now we're here just as we were right here. Well, what do we make assumptions? No, you never want to make assumptions. But we can look at this and say, okay, well, per the Elliott count, right, the corrected count that PK has given us, 1, 2, A, B, C, right? If this is an X, right, so I can get an X in here. So A, B, C. Now, do you want to buy it here? Well, I mean, that would, just have preached for quite some time now, that would be a terrible place to enter the market. Right, this would have been great. Right now, I know you say, "Oh, well, fuck yeah, great in hindsight." But I mean, that's all we ever teach, right? You get a swing, you wait for the retrace. Oh, failure. Does that mean I get out? Oh, it's not going to happen. Well, you never know that. Oh, we're back for another test. What would there? Oh, I don't have anything underneath. Let's just throw an RSI up there. Oh, this is a good one. RSI and MFI. All right. I mean, this was, I mean, the MFI, right? It's RSI with volume factored in, right? That's pretty aggressive signal right there. I mean, as signals go, they don't get, but it's a daily chart. That's pretty extreme. And then we rip back up. But now look, we have essentially, it's kind of a sloppy divergence here, but we've got effectively equal lows here. And then look at that divergence down here. We're nowhere near as deep as we were here. Why? Right, that's always the question, right, that I'm asking. Why? Why aren't we doing this? Right? If this was the rejection up here, oh shit, right? It doesn't look like there's any algo up here. So there isn't, right? So if this is the rejection, why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we just putting in well, there it is, right? Classic M. Why aren't we doing that? Well, I don't know if there's an easy answer, but it does not appear. I mean, with this reaction here, boy, it's we're right back into the distribution zone. So looking at that with an Elliott count in mind, okay, well, the expectation is here that this is going to go up and complete because we're trying to. Well, let's see if we can put some items together. Whoops, wrong one. Let's get this one out of here. We know the algorithms like to move with this kind of precision. So we look up here and we get kind of a hot box and say, okay, well, here's a level up here. Well, there's a big upswing here, right? So likely this is let's just use the wick, right? So there's supply up here. It would be up here as well, but this is a decent example, right? So we get a push up before the, right? So if we're coming back to that, now that's a long time ago, right? I mean, that's a long time ago, right? Are there going to be unfilled orders up here? Maybe, right? I mean, but would it matter, right? If all the SMC traders are looking at that going, oh, well, order block, well, we better sell it here. My view is here, this would not be a quality entry location. If we come up here and we tap this zone, then the question is it a sell? Well, per the Elliott count, it is, right? Because we're trying to complete the C down here. That's a pretty good confluence down there. If we get, oh shit, I thought I had it. Did I not save it? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. If we get up to this zone here, now that's going to be a ballsy short, right? I mean, given the market's actually taking a breather today. It's down 3, but give it time, right? It can turn positive as well. we get up here, would you want to just sit there with a limit order and sell that, or sell some out of the money calls, or buy some puts? Well, it's for the same reason that I would say no, just like down here, you wouldn't want to be shorting that without the retest, right? So show me the reaction, all right? So I've just put three things together here, right? So I've got the traditional measured move, the length of the W projected from the X, where we'd be looking for parity. I've got Al, right? Our friend Al right here has got a target right there. I've got the geometry. But this would be very counter trend, would it not, right? So now you're looking at the Elliott count going, okay, well, if we're coming down here for this C, it's got to start with a 1, 2. Right? It has to start there, right? So there's the trade. Part of the reason I like that trade is because very few people are going to have the conviction or the TA chops to take that trade. Because they're going to be just thinking, oh, higher, low, higher, high. Higher, low, higher, high. Well, right, we can't argue with that. So something has to happen, right? We need to get. This is where, and again, this is part Wyckoff and part just price action, which now is all lumped in with market structure. Let's get you out of there. See, what I'm always looking for is where can I get into the market and really control the risk. Where it's black and white, where I don't have to do anything. Like if I'm wrong, it's just going to take me out. Right? It's just going to do it for me. I don't have to have. What were we talking about this yesterday? I don't have to have any discipline here. The only discipline required is to place the stop when I place the entry, which I would never enter a trade like that without a stop. So, I mean, with this example here being the equities, you're probably not trading the underlying equity. You're probably trading options. Well, fuck, you could. It's a $22 stock. You could, but typically the attraction is, well, do I want to, if I want to throw $1,000 at that, do I want to tie that up in owning the equity short and then have to post that margin? Probably not. Probably not. What you're going to be looking at is, I'll work with options. Now, as soon as you go to the options, right, all of a sudden you've entered the discipline variable, because you're likely not going to put a stop on it, because you get conditioned. Don't put a stop on an option. The slippage will kill you. It's true, right? So either you got to go all in, or you got to have some where you just go, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to buy the put, and if it hits it, great. If it doesn't, well, I'm just going to eat the cost of the put. That's one approach. The other approach is, okay, well, maybe I'll do something like a spread here. I'll leg into a spread. If I get the turn here and it starts to go in my favor, well, you could tweak, with options, right? You got a lot of ways you can tweak with it. If it starts to come down, okay, well, now we can start to sell some out of the money calls, right? To offset the cost of, pardon me, out of the money puts, to offset the cost of the put we had to pay up here. It's ideally, right? So if you think of it this way, if you buy the put spread right now, not to get into a whole dissertation on options, if you buy the put spread here, the market's been going up. So the one that you buy is going to be less expensive, but the one that you sell, you're not going to get much for that. So if you're right and the market starts to come down towards you, well, you're gaining in one but losing on the other. If you wait a little bit on that, this is not for everybody, but if you wait a little bit on that, now the puts are going to have more value. So you can sell a wider put spread, and you can get more money for it. So instead of selling the 22.20, maybe you can sell the 22.18, right? And you've got more range there. If you don't know what you're doing, careful with options, right? Because it's very easy. It's very easy to do nothing, and that's the danger with options, right? People go, oh well, fuck, I don't know, maybe it'll come back. And then because it's very easy to have grand ambitions when you get into a trade like this and say, okay, well, if it hits 50% drawdown, I'll just close it. Will you? Well, you got to know yourself, right? Will you? Because the tendency is to say, well, all right, it's down a little bit. I don't want to eat that loss. Maybe it'll come back. Oh, it'll probably come back. As soon as you start thinking it'll come back, it won't come back. Because you've heard me say this 1,000 times. The market punishes mistakes. Almost always. And if you get away with it, as I've said many times before, it's actually worse, because then you'll do it again. If you don't get out here, that's a hard mistake, right? So if the market starts to go, all of a sudden you're in the trader's prayer. right? You're, oh, please, God, just this time, please bring it back. I'll never do it again. My guess is, if you've been trading for any amount of time, you've been on your knees preaching the trader's prayer, right? Oh, just this time, please come back. It won't. Okay, right. So I think we're good there. But this really is. I mean, this is a huge benefit of participating with us, whether you're in the belt system or just in our Discord. The wealth of expertise that I've collected here, I'm just lucky, right? All these guys came as members. They were so fucking good. I said, wow, can I hire you? Almost all of them said yes, right? So we have, what do we got, five guys that are just phenomenal technicians. Right, so here's PK, and this is a little bit of a flex, right? Because he's fucking good. Right, now he's not always right? Nobody's right all the time, but boy, in terms of what's the valid count, I don't know that I've ever put anything in front of him where he didn't come back with something perfectly valid, like, oh, leading diag, right? I hadn't thought of that, right? I hadn't thought of that. So the next time you're struggling with something like that, well, like where you saw me going, wait a minute, 1, 2, couldn't I get a diag in here? That's a huge benefit, particularly as you're learning, or just trying to construct a trade. Here, I'm 30 years into this. I'm still learning. I still make mistakes. I mean, again, perfection's unattainable. Don't strive for it. But to be able to say, I'm thinking about this trade here in Stellantis, and I've got a count here. Can I get a check on this? But you'll have 5 guys give you a reply, right? It's fun, right? I was saying I was talking to my wife this morning. I said, it's like going to ChatGPT and going, is this count valid? And if not, what's the alternative? He's my ChatGPT. Okay, let me get over here, because I think that leaves you here now looking at this going, well, okay, because one oh shit, hang on, wrong Discord. Hang on, I got 2 Discords. I mix them up every now and then. Submit charts. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can't remember who submitted this, but somebody submitted this, had given me a chart on it. Oh, this is the one, I think it was the one yesterday where he printed it, and it gave me like a long-term fucking, I can't remember. So where's the trade, right? My view would be, if you get up here into this B, very low risk, right? Very low risk. Low risk, right? And everybody's thinking off to the moon, right? That's when everybody's on one side of the boat, that's when I want to go to the other side. All right, so I guess we cover that here. I better shut up or I'll go for 2 hours again today. Okay, who do I have next? I haven't even looked ahead. Oh, I did see this. I wanted to look at this. Hang on, shit. Hang on a second. Fucking throat clear. Okay. Thanks. Can you? Okay, never. Oh, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, that's a handle. I always wonder how people that write. It must be like, look at those letters. I don't know, how does somebody with sloppy handwriting survive in Asia? I don't know how. God, there's so much detail in that. I don't know how do you get that? I guess, if you just grow up with it, you see it, you recognize it. All right, so I can't say who that is. That pretty sunset picture, it never does. I can't say who that is, but you must have spectacular handwriting. Okay, we got that one covered. So. Where am I? Oh, this is ADA Bitcoin. Yeah, I was curious about this. Shit. Excuse me. Okay. ADA BTC. Oh, shit. Where should we go? I'd probably go to Binance. Damn it. Hang on. All right, so first question occurs to me, why Cardano to Bitcoin? All right, so he must see something here that interests him. Oh, here, let's reset. Do I need log? I guess I do. Yeah, I guess I do. All right, well, this is probably all the history I've got. So going back to 2017. Well, okay, so just eyeballing here. Okay, so that looks too deep. So that looks like something. So this is how I start, right? I'm just looking, okay, what have they been doing in here, right? Well, there's, right? So you start to put together, okay, what's happening here? What happened here? This corrective, right? So this is going to be too deep, right? We're going to be past the golden zone here, but you're probably down in some, oh, we go platinum here, 887, 786, we're in that range. Okay, so is that COVID? No, this would be COVID somewhere right in here. Interesting though, look at the target. Different algo, right? So that's just, that truly is coincidental. What would you be thinking here? Looks like you've got an impulse there. All right, so how does that fit? Sorry, so ABC. It's a lot of threes. Well, this has to be a 4. It is okay. So I would work backwards from this. So 5, 4. This has got to be the internal 3. So you're fuck. I don't know. PK is here, and maybe he can give me an assist on this. I would be inclined to do it this way. Now, whether that's valid or not, I'm not sure. But it was just a lot of times it's throw them up there, and then start to pick it apart. Okay, what's wrong with it? Well, you'd have to do you don't have a great 2 in here. That doesn't look right. I know PK is not going to like that. I know he wouldn't count it that way. Let's see here. Fuck, to some degree, you have to look at it and go, okay, this is a little bit of me looking at this going, okay, does it matter, right? Does this matter? I mean, at this point, right? If you were looking at this in the context of like, oh, some additional move here, but at this point in time, I don't know that I'd spend a lot of time really stressing over what the appropriate count is here. It's going to be a little gnarly anyway, right? Cardano to Bitcoin. Okay, but let's see if we can put something together. I'd keep it simple here. Right? Again, I try to, when I can, I want to simplify Elliott. You know, is this an ABC? Oh fuck! I mean, it could be a combo, right? But at the end of the day, WXYXZ or an ABC, right? We're just working with threes. That's 5s and 3s, right? That's the genius of Elliott, and that's really all I'm really focused on here. Do I have a good 3? Okay, well now when we frame it this way, and just looking at the price action, you kind of come back to, was this all just the accumulation? This was kind of the false break, or do we have to go up here? And I wouldn't. All right, I just keep right here. Oh, false. Ooh, tried. What's happening there? That's 2020. Oh, that's shortly after COVID, right? Tried, right? So this is deep here, deep here. It's trying, right? And it gets a pretty good run here. Why? Right. So that's when Bitcoin was coming down hard. Okay, so I got 3 down. All right. Do we have the ingredients here to start rebuilding? So you can think of it this way, right? It's kind of the market maker's model. Up, buy side, sell side. Do we start again? Okay. Well, if so, would it make any sense to bring this out here and say, okay, we're back tapping into some prior consolidation? You can think of it that way. Although it's been a long time since we've been back in this range here. It's a daily. Let's go to a 4. See if there's anything to work with there. Okay. So I love. Well, here's this. This is encouraging, right? So if I look here, it looks like for the most part I've got a good 5, right? So do we finish with a 5, right? We want to finish and begin with a 5. Okay, so I've got, oh fuck, right? Again, I don't know that it matters, right? I'm coming down here, I finish with a 5. Okay, well now do I launch with a 5? Well, it looks like I do, right? Well, let's just post them up there as is. Looks like we're working on it. Now we've just swept those highs, right? So you got always, right? You're always looking left. What's there to work with? Is there something I'm running into? Because you look here and you go, why? Why does it? Well, at least that's what happens to me, right? I look at it and I go, why does it stop there? Why there, and not higher, low? Why there? Well, then you start looking for why there, right? Well, is this it? Right? That looks like it's too deep. Right, too deep. It's too far for the 786. So you go back to the next one. Is that it? Not there yet. So Al is there, right? So Al's there on the 50. Okay, are we wicking through the 50s here? Who's well? Then the other thing you want to look at when you're trying to diagnose what's happening with the market. Who's uncomfortable here? Well, let's get in there and look at that. This is a 4 hour. Okay, so I feel like I'm preaching this. How's that breakout trader feeling right now? A little uncomfortable. Doesn't mean we can't do that, but it's another great example of why this is every place on the chart. That would be the worst place to enter. Yet they do it every day by the millions. You can't. They're going to do it. Thankfully, they're going to keep doing it. Right now, some of you might say, well, thank God they keep doing it, right? Because otherwise we go sideways forever. Well, right, but I can assure you that the vast majority of breakout traders, what is the number? 80, 90% of breakouts fail. So why would the only reason you would do it if you knew that information would be you're a fucking moron. If you know that 80 to 90% of all breakouts fail, why would anyone in their right mind buy a breakout? I'm sincerely asking that. Why would anybody do it? Greed, FOMO, ignorance, lack of discipline, boredom. Any of those sound like winning combinations to be a successful trader over time? I think not. So why would anyone do it? Oh fuck, man! I thought it was really going to go. I didn't want to miss it. Where was there a better place to buy that? Why not here? Where's the better risk reward? Buying the retrace or buying the breakout? Rhetorical question. This sure looks like some sort of a combo. WX. Oh fuck, can we do? I think we can do a flat there. A, B, C. So it does. Again, does it really matter, right? So what do we look for in a 4, right? Just failure to progress the trend. Right, we're not collapsing, but we're just going sideways. Right? That's a pretty big 4 relative to this 2. Well, so that right there would make me pause just for a second. Say, okay, is it too big? God, can I actually get one in there? I'd have to pull the 2 here. 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Might have to do it here. Then it balances a little bit better. Right, I think PK would agree with me here. I get a bit of a better balance. I mean, this is a big that's a big 4, right, compared to that 2. But 1, 2, 3, 4, barely squeaks it by. Looks like another flat. 3, 3, 5. Expand the B. 3, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like it flies. Okay, so what? Who gave me this? Razor. I'm kind of tempted to say, why against Bitcoin? Why not just against the dollar? I don't know. I'm curious what your rationale would be there, as opposed to, well, I mean, his assumption is that Cardano is going to outperform Bitcoin, which, okay, it's not unreasonable. PK, chief mo. Oh, is that what that means? Chief motto? Oh, PK. So are you fucking kidding me? So you speak Mandarin and you're a level 3 Elliottician? Oh, this guy's getting annoying. He's just too talented. Okay, so let me come back to, this is in terms of a trade right now. It's again one to watch, right? So here, this okay, complete, right? Wouldn't this be just gorgeous, right? We complete right at the golden zone. Oh, why is that gorgeous? Because now I know why it stops there. If it does stop there, well, now I go, okay. Oh, I understand. I see it. I know what's happening there, right? Particularly on the first test, right? Almost always going to get a reaction first test, right? Because the algo is going to fire. Now you might do this, right? But we run into this. I do a lot of day trading. First test of a golden zone, don't assume that's going to break. In fact, quite the opposite, right? And it's annoying because if you're trading down on a very short-term chart, right, in the S&P or NQ or any of that, right, their golden zones they're everywhere, right? They're everywhere because you got so many swings to work from. Right, it's frustrating, right? So sometimes like, oh God, it's perfect, right? But there'd be a little fucker right there, a little golden zone right there that's going to cock block the move, right? And it just that's what creates some of this, right? Makes it very difficult to look for those places where there's room, right? So is there room here from the 50 to the golden zone? Is that enough to take the trade? Where you'd have to put your stop down here, right? The risk reward not good enough. So my suggestion would be wait for that to finish, right? It could be finished now. But okay, well let's get a higher low and a lower high, right? So let's get this, right? Let's get a lower high. Maybe we get a lower low, right? So here, this is where I would trade it. Well, you want to simplify this? Think of it like just a head and shoulders. I mean, that's all. If you think about a 5 doing that, right? Here, let's get it. If this was 3, 4, 5. Let's get this one on this side, right? Oh, fuck. You follow me. That's all it is, right? It's just a head and shoulders. Why that trade? Because the risk reward is so much better. There's 4 to 1, right? Now, can I plug this in right here? Because I'm never this. I know it's easy. It's like, okay, whoa, boy, how much can I make? Well, what if I made that? What if I made the algo target? Okay, but what do you want to be focusing on? How much can I lose? Always first question. How much is it going to cost me if I'm wrong? Right? That should dictate how much capital you allocate to it, whether you even want the trade, right? Because can I construct the trade that's intelligent, thoughtful, is working with what the market is showing me, and maintain a good risk reward? Well, what the fuck? What do we got there? 8 to 1. Again, I don't know, right? I'd do it this way. If we get up here, I'd do it that way. I keep coming back to this. If you do that, do you give a fuck really at the end of the day? Oh fuck, I got stopped out. Okay, next time. If you're just in here and you're like, oh, it becomes a stress bomb. All the joy of trading is removed. Now it's just white knuckle. Fuck, come on, man, I need this one to go. You're just an addict. I broke for 10 years. I've said this many times. My job was not providing financial advice. No. My job was adult entertainment. My job was to make a guy who had a dull job make his day more interesting. Hey, have you seen the bonds today? Whoa, they're really kicking, right? Oh, you got a meeting to go to for 2 hours to talk about accounting? You don't think that would be a little more fun for him if he says, "Oh, let's put on that bond trade." I'm telling you, that's what people do. I saw it for 10 years. All right. So, but my point being, don't create the stress. It takes the fun out of it. I've lived it, right? You're not having fun anymore. And this is, while we're here to make money, you kind of want to enjoy the process, right? You're going to get stopped out often. So if you keep them tight, where they're not going to hurt you, they're not going to knock you out of the game. you can disconnect from that emotionally. Well, I hope it flies. I hope it goes. I like the setup. If I get stopped out, so be it. Well, I get stopped out next trade. You need to aspire to that. I promise you, you'll have a better experience. Okay, Razor, thanks for that one. Makes me actually, since we're all here, I don't know if we are. I don't know. In fact, there may be 3 people here. This is not our regular time for this. Just out of curiosity, it makes me go, why are you going with Bitcoin? Right? I mean, the whole point of trading something against Bitcoin is to accumulate more Bitcoin. So, okay, well, what we got here? Let's pull out to a daily and see how Cardano looks. Oh, do I have enough history here? Let's see. So, do I need to be in log scale? Well, this is welcome to crypto, right? This is, yeah, I got to be in log scale, right? I can't make any. Is it hard to identify what happened here? No. Can I analyze it? Not really. I got to do that. Okay. Does that look a little bit better, right? Easier to spot? I mean, this is not rocket science. I don't need to be a level 4 master Elliottician to get that 5. Right? When is Elliott best? When a 7th grader can do it. I'm not exact. I mean that. When it's so in your face that someone who like just read Elliott Wave for Dummies can spot it. That's when it's most effective. We complicate the fuck out of it, right? So okay, so I've got what would be a candidate? Shit, I feel like I don't have enough history here. This is Binance. You'd think I'd have more history here. Interesting where we are. Oh, where's my... Interesting. Right, almost looks like it's... Well, this is log scale. So here's the pain with log scale, right? It distorts everything. %. Log scale. Now, you know, so you look at it and go, oh, it's a halfway back. Is it? Is it a halfway back? No. Look what just happened to the line. So now we look at that and you think, oh, okay, wait a minute. Accumulation. So just because you get into the log scale, don't forget to look, right? So it looks a little different there, right? You got to kind of go back and forth, right? Because you don't, am I missing something if I just stay in log the whole time? God damn it, hang on. Okay. All right, that sure looks like accumulation to me. I mean, again, I don't need an advanced degree to spot, where's here? Are we even in the discount here? Ooh, just shy of it, right? We're just right, quite there. Well, okay, so now in this context, if we're going to have a crypto bull, and Cardano, right, probably one of the 5. Well, let's see if we had a magnificent 7 in crypto as we do in the equity market, Cardano would be in there, right? They're going to be, they're not going anywhere. Okay, so 38 cents, good time to buy Cardano. Now here, you got to do what's right for you. But for me here, with Cardano at 38 cents, I'm not playing leverage. I'm not using. I'm just buying spot. And in this case here, I would just buy spot. I would not put a stop on it because my premise is here's 0. We're not going to. Careful what you say, right? If we're going to 0, Cardano's gone, right? So fuck, they're in a battle with the government, right? So maybe that happens, right? So but if you put money in here and you say, okay, I'm anticipating a return to $3, am I going to get all caught up in like it went down? Oh no, right? Because that would be, what's your time horizon there? 2 to 3 years. Just kind of drawing it out. Okay, all of next year, right? All of next year, all of 25, right? Could you stay long through all of that? It's a little easier to do, right? Now, it's not going to go in a straight line, obviously, right? But well, you know, you say that, and then you go, oh, it's not going to go in a straight line, is it? Well, that's not a straight line, right? But that pretty big retrace, but less than a penny to $3. I promise you that made people. That was life-changing to people. That made millionaires right there. Guaranteed. And that's not necessarily, you know, Charles. Fuck, what's his name? I can't remember his last name. Right? I mean, he's probably a billionaire. But right then, so but I know also there are going to be just as many who made millions here, who didn't sell at the top, rode it all the way back down, and now they're just back to being something other than millionaires. You think they're going to want to, right? Do you think those people, right? Think about the people that rode. I know people, right? I had members, right? Rode up to 3. Somebody used to work for me, right? Rode up to 3 million. All of it came back. All of it, right? He had a net worth of 3 million in one crypto. Let it all come back. Doesn't work for me anymore. So if you're looking here, well, then you think about that, right? So all the people that, oh, fuck, if I had just sold the high, oh, right? If I had only sold the high, right? Well, fuck, you don't have to sell the high. But the people that saw this, right? Do you think they're itching to go again? God, maybe it'll happen again. You think they're teed up here to? I think so. I'd suspect so. Bull cycle, bear cycle. Just quickly before we leave here. Right now, it looks a whole lot different, right? When we zoom in on it. Oh fuck. Come here. Can I get that out of there? Oh shit. Get you out of there. I'm back. All right. So do we have enough to run with here? Let's get all this out of here. Well, now here. Okay, so this is 8. Let's get down to something where I don't need to use log scale. Right, so from 2 cents to, fuck, I still kind of need it there. Let's go to a 2-hour here. Okay, well, clues, right, clues. Do we think there's any liquidity here? Why didn't they get it? I'm guaranteed there was an effort to get it, right? So they don't get it, oh, okay. This is not that's not the impulse you were looking for. That's a, oh, fuck, all right, I don't even care what that is, but it's, and one thing I can tell you, it's not an impulse, right? So whatever this was a fake break. No, but when was that? That's July, all the way back down. I'd do this as well. Okay, well, so we're trying, right? So now that gives me kind of a, this is how I would do it, right? It's, okay, I got a base of support down here. Okay, is this 1, 2? Nah, it's too far, right? So really, the whole thing, again, this is just me, right? I would start my count, oh fuck, right there. Okay, where's a 2? Do I have a good 2 in there? No, this? Right, well, you got to label it, right? So, oh, fuck. 1, 2. It's got a fucking triangle in there? Yeah, that's got to be 3, 4. Well, let's put that up here for a second. Maybe we have to do it. This looks like that's got to be the internal. Okay, so let me get in there. This looks like an expanded B into a 4, right? So this looks like A, B, C. So we got to work backwards from that. So this would be 1, 2, 3. This needs to be a 3, an internal 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's take that down a degree. Oh shit, I wish PK was live with me here. He'd probably help me with this one. Okay, so this one looks like that has to go here. All right, so this has got to be an ABC, right? It's 2, that is an ABC. So let's change that. All right, I guess. Sometimes I feel like, oh shit, I should probably work these out before, but then I don't think the lesson is as valuable if you don't see the sausage making. That looks like another flat right here, so I'm kind of eyeballing these. That looks like a flat. This looks like another flat. So what am I doing here, right? Is that an expanded B? Say I love it. So is this my 3 here? That looks like a 5, right? So fuck. Well, that doesn't look like a 5. It is a 5, right? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's unless I'm tying it into something else, I'd be a little uneasy with that, because it looks to me like what that's doing there is an ABC, right? It looks like this, which seems to be a tendency that this market likes to do, right? Here's one. Here's one. I don't know. Well, okay, this is a great example. I want to get long in Cardano, right? Or I want to get longer. Let me say that differently. I'd have to check how much I've got. I mean, I've got a pretty good amount of it, but I'd like to get some more, right? Anticipating, right, that we're going to have a bull run here. So here's what I would do. I'd work on this, and then I'd fire this over into the appropriate channel or to one of my guys and say, hey, I'm working on a long in Cardano. I'm looking for some feedback on this count. What do you guys see? It's collaboration, right? I mean, that's the advantage of the collective mind share that we have in there, because there's so many talented people, and so others who maybe all they trade is Cardano, or someone like PK or Tony T, where they see things that the average human doesn't see. So if you look here, okay, well, we're trying to complete something. Well, it may be complete. Let me get. Oh, this one I like here. This one has a squeeze in it. Okay, so let's get this one. Okay, is this helping me at all? Well, that's not so great here. Well, here's a little trick that I learned years ago. When just double this when it's too choppy. So just go to a 1070, and you'll get a better read on it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's deep for the 4, 5. Squeeze. Well, okay. So here's the alternative, right? That occurs to me here as I look at it. That this is 3, 4, 5, and this is A, B, C of the 4. So we would do it here. So that would have to be the 4. That's not a great looking 4, right? That's kind of why I like that. But if this is 3, 4, 5, I can go A, B, C. So it would be this way, right? This would be the alternate, right? Good example, right? I'm looking at this going, fuck, I'm not positive what the count is. So I'm going to go to my guys and say, what do you see here? Right? And then again, maybe collaboratively, we come up with something and go, oh, perfect, right? It's kind of like the Stellaris that were, I think it was Stellaris, whatever that was called. Get out of there. It's not bad, right? The channeling's not bad. I'd probably run a clone on that just to get another, see how it lines up at 50. Pretty good. So the B would be over here. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? PK might like that better. 2, so sideways 2, sharp 4. Okay, well, either way, all right, as to how this gets counted. If this is going up for the 5, and for all we know, maybe it did it. Be kind of a one more, right? Why not measure length of the 1, projected from the 4, right? No reason not to measure. Say, okay, well, is it out of bounds? Is it out of whack? 2 to the 4. Measure them all, right? What just for additional conviction in your own mind. Like, okay, do I want this trade? Come here. All right, prior 3, 4. I said this little leg here would be my concern, right? Is that a grade 3? Fuck, not a great one. Kind of stuck with it because you need this to create the 3. You need the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's a great example, right? So I'd be back to PK or Tony T going, or James M or any of my guys going, okay, do I need this to go A, B, C? Not sure, right? So as we sit here looking at it, in terms of any meaningful next trade setup, well, I'm just waiting for this to come back down, right? Now, it may or may not do that, right? But if that's my 5, let's get you out of here. I'm going to look for a return back to this consolidation right in here, and I can bet you well, this is going to be the POC, right? So always a good idea to run the volume profile and say, okay, what do I see? Well, right smack in the middle. Here's the POC, which it must be. There's a lot of volume here because it didn't spend a lot of time there, surprisingly. Must have been good volume. Shit, hang on. Must have been a good amount of volume right here. Okay, well, so the things you want to look for with these are the low volume, right? That's where the opportunity is. Once you get here, it's a guessing game, right? Because the market is happy here, right? So buyers, sellers, but you have no edge. We come down here and I've got a little edge here. All of this here, this is just everybody's happy here. Okay, we got out of it. Oh, we're back into it. It's the benefit of drawing these, right? We want to look for those low volume little nodes, and often what the market will do is it'll come right to the edge of it, right? And then it'll reject right before it gets into that pocket. If it breaks there, then it's likely going here. Breaks there, it's likely going here, right? Now you're outside of value. 32 cents, I'm a buyer all day, no stop. I would just buy it and hold it. That's me. All right, good one. Okay, so, here's a new one. Must be a new member. God, I'm seeing handles I don't recognize. Mexican Massacre, that's a good one. Mexican Massacre wants Bitcoin. All right, let's get over to Bitcoin. Mexican Massacre, that's a good handle right there. This is a little bit of an educated guesstimate as to what we have here. I keep moving the 3 a little higher, thinking, oh, okay, well, there's why, right? Well, there's this consolidation in here, right? So you see the high volume node, right? Just as we were talking about, right? You got this high volume node in here, so it's kind of classic 4-ish, right? Is this a B, C, D, E triangle? Well, then this would have to be. That means that has to be the 5. It's not great. 1, 2, it's barely there. Barely, but that's a 4-hour. Can I get a 5 there? No, it's a little bit, that might be kind of the implication, right? So this looks like 3, 3, 5, right? What doesn't look like it is. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I got a flat there. All right, well, this is what do you do with that, right? It's just a little slop chop, right, that has a squirt on the end of it. Okay, well, we took out the liquidity here and then just came right back down into it, which makes me think this potentially the more of a 4 than 1, 2. You got a shitty 3, 4 here. Okay, well then what comes off of it, right? Again, we're trying to label it. Say, okay, do I get, if I take the time to do this, do I get an edge? Otherwise, why the fuck would you take the time to do this? You just throw on Sonar Labs and look for the next order block and buy sell, right? Why would you do all this? This is a giant pain in the ass for the average trader. Why would you do this? You're looking for an edge. Lazy traders don't tend to stick around for long. I got kind of an ABC, although it looks like fuck. Bitcoin is always a little tricky up here. That's just a free fall, so you can't call that a 3. Maybe you have to do it here, right? So we can get an ABC 3. Oh fuck. Well, you're kind of stuck with it. You probably have to do WXY. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you could do it that way, right? So you can do it. Oh fuck, PK. I don't think I can do that there. I can't. maybe I could do an, I don't know what I'm going to do there. Looks like there's a 5 in there, but it's not a diag. I mean, it's not a. Where's my 5? 1, 2. Looks like I'm. Shit, I can barely squeeze that in there. Well, that's a tricky spot right in there. So I would just work off of this. Okay. All right, so again, how much does it matter how precise that is? That's what I've got there. That's what I've got there. It's corrective. Now, again, one of the wizards probably would come up with something here. I wouldn't worry terribly about it. Okay, if this is 3 and this is my 4 down here, if this is my 4, well, okay, well, I'm looking for a 5 to go up. I got a decent. Oh shit, that's a 30. I got a decent look at a 5 here. Maybe right. It's not. Fucking gorgeous, something like that. You'd need this for the internal workings of the 3. Shit, I'm gonna have to go down to a 5 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I rarely do any analysis down here unless I'm digging out a count. That's probably acceptable. 1, 2, 3. Oh fuck that! Even that has to be 3, 4. Even that's a little iffy. Let's go back to a 15. I do not like to go below a 15. Well, I'm not dying to buy that. It's not clean enough. I'm squishing that in there. Maybe. There's the possibility there's a deeper correction here, that this is a 3. I'm squishing that for that. This could be a 3, and we'll do something deeper down here. So I don't think it's ripe for a new trade. Certainly not anything with leverage. Right? It's just not good enough. It's too. Well, for me, I got to qualify that. For me, this is too. I don't know what's happening up here. It's not clear yet. So why force the trade? Right? We're back to. Are you trading because you're bored? Because you think it's going to go, because you don't want to miss it? We're back to FOMO, lack of discipline. Is the setup there? I was bored today, so I took a long in Bitcoin. Right? I'm pickier than that. If I don't like it, I'll wait. Because my assumption is whatever it does, there's going to be a retrace. Right? Because people can't resist they can't resist taking profit. Right? So the retrace almost always will come. I think this is a little hurry up and wait here. Now, if it starts to go, okay, what we make the assumption? Oh, fuck, 1, 2, 1. So what are we thinking? We're thinking, well, shit, I guess it was a 2. Guess it was the 2. Right now, I'd have something I could start to work with. Say, okay, I see it now. Now, if this, I'm not saying don't buy that. I'm just saying I wouldn't buy that, right? But I'm plenty long Bitcoin. It just wouldn't be a place I'd add. It's just not okay, right? So, all right, if it does it, what am I completing? The 1. So let's put the whole thing back together and say, oh shit, why are you chasing here? Well, here's my low, 2. If this is 1, 2. Anything's possible, right? Remember, anything's possible. Is that going to be my 3? Maybe. But what I think would be more likely is we'd finish the 1, right? Because if we're really going to go here, if this is really going to be the bull, the raging bull that I think there's a lot of anticipation, right? For no other reason than just the ETFs coming. If this is going to be the raging bull, wow, this is what I'm looking for. I want to trade this one. That's the one I want. 32-ish. Now, market may not cooperate, but it's like if I had no Bitcoin, maybe I'd fuck around in there, but I don't need to. Again, my situation is a little different. I don't need to force one. I think you're forcing in there. My view. All right, so I think that one's. We'll wait and see. Let's get through the weekend. What's the market doing? It's quiet. I love it down here. I got a nice gap here in the volume profile, so there's no trading there. Because you have a fair value gap here, so it went so fast. Come back, test that. Oh God. I'll be buying aggressively and encouraging others to do the same. 32 would be dreamy. Testing. Is it safe? Right, that's what they're saying. Is it safe, or is it a bunch of supply? Right, we've got the. Oh, I think it's happening this week, right? So is it going to be meaningful? FTX dumping some of their assets. Didn't matter last time, right? Everybody was so freaked out that they were going to dump, and Bitcoin was going to dump, and they were going to dump some Solana. But the market likely, right? If it's a bull market, the market will say thank you very much for freeing up that Solana so I could buy it. Okay, let me keep going. Lilly, God damn, another one. Loved it. I love seeing all these handles I've never seen before. It's great. New members, new people, new blood. Love to see it. This is Wanda Max. Wanda Max, if you've been in here for a while, forgive me because I don't recognize your handle. She wants to see Lilly. All right, Lilly. Well, you know this is going to be a rip-roaring, raging, screaming bull. All right. Who makes more money than drug dealers? People that own the stock of drug dealer companies. I shouldn't say it that way. I'm in jest, partially. All right, we got to go back to, here's our low. 1978. Let's see. I was a junior in high school right there. Give away my age there. Take it at a log scale, it looks a little different, right? Look at this. This is you can barely see COVID in there. Not like everything else where, I mean, most of the markets where COVID was this, right? You barely, I think we got 20, it might be right here. So, okay, do you need to be in log scale? Well, we're going from 70 cents to 650, yeah, then probably. Okay, well, so we're too far here for that to be effective as relate to Al. Well, that's not bad. I mean, this seems drop dead simple, right? Like, okay, we're still in the 345, and you gotta put these somewhere. You simplify, right? We don't need to make this complicated. There's a 3. There's a impulse. Get this off of that. I think we need that right now. Jesus Christ, that's some crazy. Just trying to get up to a log scale. Well, I see it's so distorted, right? We're trying to get to 100%. Well, remember, longer, that's parity. It's not like it has to be 100% in log scale to call it 3. No, I would beg to differ with that. Longer is longer. So 1, 2. I have a lot of choices here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get you down here. Macro, let's put it in blue up here. Is there a trade there? Well, I mean, it's just be tough to buy that at the high. Earnings are not till after the year. It looks like they've already had this. Yeah, they just had it in September. Not many pullbacks here, are there? See, I mean, you really don't have a lot to work with here. You're going to have to just zoom in on it. Now we get a little bit more that we can work with here. Geez, this is a beast, right? I didn't know what I was biting into here. Wanda Max, this is a true beast, right? Okay, so let's work from the premise here. Oh, here's our last. Let's work from this last low. right here. Looks like he might, Al might be right here. There he is. To and through, right? So this is the last one they used, right? So this looks like a good one to use. So this we fuck. I mean, well, it would take a minute or two to put that, to get all this counted. Well, it should take more than that. I might even take PK more than 10 minutes. Okay, so we're coming out of here. Looks like you got a 1-2. Oh fuck. Come here. Right? How do we spot the 4? Right? We're just not progressing the trend. Fuck, are we done there? Let's go to a 4-hour here. I'd have to do this here. Okay. Interesting, right? Well, okay, if you're one who looks for head and shoulders, I think they actually even have a head and shoulders thing here in here. And how do we not see the potential there? Now, you'd be shorting one of the great bull assets of all time, Eli Lilly, right? So how many people are enthusiastically shorting that? Not many, right? Which makes me all the more curious about it. Right? So, okay, well, if nobody ever shorts this, straight up, just straight. Is that earnings? No, that's just. Looks like it's too deep. Maybe wick only. Here's our low. You can see all the consolidation there. Okay, shit here. I'm going to keep moving. I'll bore you guys to death. Okay, I mean, I just find this kind of fascinating, right? Okay, so why don't we get a new high there? Well, if you were going to sell this, what would your target be? Well, the giant gap down here might be a reasonable target. That's a bit of a monster. Oh, boy, you're kind of late for the perfect. You know, you don't need perfect, but ABC 1, 2. Well, it could be shit. Right, so here I'm going to use this as an example of what I was talking about before. Okay, now this is again one of the great assets of stock history. Nobody likes to short it. If this is a so if not this, then what, right? If this is not the high here, and we've come down into this, well, this looks like I got a 5, right? So I work backwards. Let's go down a little bit. Let's see if we can get that better. You'd have to do it this way. It looks to me like you'd have to do some sort of 3, 4, 5 to get that down. Okay, so I've got it's a little. I don't like the same wick to be, but that may be all you've got, right? Come back here. We don't get the new high. Now we start, right? So there's a there's an impulse. Here's the 4, right? Of this leg 4. You're going to have to work into that, right? So that just that's not a great finish. So this has to be the 4. So this has to be the 3, 4, 5. So you got to work all the way back up. I call it close enough. Now, if I go from the low edge of the gap, I tag the golden zone. Up here, why don't they get a new high here? It's a legitimate question. Is there any question about whether or not there's liquidity up here? None. Zero. Everybody on the planet knows their stops up there. If this is going to correct, wouldn't this be your anticipation? We're just trying to get back down here to fill the gap. So why would it do that? Well, if you try and think about it rationally, like, oh, well, let's look at their cash flow and their balance sheet, and you'll talk yourself in circles and you'll never take a trade. Excuse me. So, but if this is going to go 3, well, okay, first thing it's going to have to break this. Hang on, God damn it. Can we get a 3, 4, 5 out of that? Well, I don't know that we can, but it's not unreasonable. You're kind of late here to take a trade. You're a little, that would have been, you know, I know, hindsight. That would have been great. So, all right, so if this is going to be a 3, well, okay, map it out, right? This is why we do this, the mapping. Okay, if this is going to go, if this is 1, 2, if it's 1, 2, well, I got to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my 3 before I start that 4. I got to have this. It's not optional. It's not like, oh, well, fuck, if it doesn't do that, it's a WXYXZ triple flip. It's mandatory. So you could, where's the trade? Well, I mean, it's hard to take. It's a raging bull. It's hard to take this trade, but that's the only trade that I would take right there. I would take that. Now, I don't have this yet. So I'd want to see it come down here and maybe sweep that low as it swept this one here. Come back, sweep this. Now come back and retrace. Why, right? So if I were to put that trade on, oh fuck, where are you? Oh, come here. Oh fuck. Jesus, it takes me a minute to fat. Here we go. You know, it's not a get-rich trade, but it's just as good as any other, right? It's 3.5 to 1. Now you might get, if you got a little further than that, you got to fill the gap. Well, that means you likely rode through the 3 and the 4. Excuse me, you rode through the 4 and got the 5, if you stayed with it. Maybe you fill the gap, maybe you get into the gap. Is that, you know, why really this was gorgeous, right? Because you could have taken this right here. You'd have better risk reward. Now, if you're getting to the gap fill, it's 9 to 1. You're getting to the wave 3 target, it's 6.7 to 1. That's the only way to do it, because I can put this on and say, well, God, that's one of the great bull moves in asset history. Well, if I put that on, I'm risking from 6, well, you're likely going to do this with options. $10. You know, that's what I see there. This would be the target, right? And that doesn't change the bull run. You're just making the premise that, okay, something's going to correct. And it's, for all we know, it goes much deeper than that. But you're taking this swing low to this swing high, right? Here's the impulse that finishes it, and you're suggesting this. That's all, right? Not that we're going to go down to, fuck, you know, $200. But this impulse is going to see a correction. And it's going to do it in a 3. 5, 3. Shit, for all we know, it's up over 1,000 to come. I've heard there's money in drugs. Thanks for that one, Wanda Max _616. Lily, please. That's a good Wanda Max. That's a good one. Wes has got one here. Wes, let me get your. Wes posted a chart. Let me get that one up. Oh, warning, white screen, grab your shades. Grab your shades. Oh, God, that is, even when it comes on up above here, I see this. West, is that what you wanted, Bitcoin? Hopefully this is right. I'm not sure if it's in the view only mode. When I started, this would be the SE daily chart. The SE daily chart. What does he mean by that? Shit. Art. Is this the right one? I don't know that. Here, let me see if I click that. That's what he posted. Yeah, it's Bitcoin. I'm not sure that's what he wants, but let's go with it. West 49. Are you on here, West 49? Oh shit, West 49. You're giving me a 2-minute? Well, okay, that's unusual, right? For these, because this would be a day trade, right? So, well, I mean, shit, all right? Are you there? No, that's not the right chart. I thought not. Well, what? Just tell me what asset. Just post what asset you were looking for. West 49. I'm waiting for him to reply since he just posted in the Discord. Just if you tell me what it is, because I've got your stuff up here, it'll come up with your shit on it. your technical analysis, I should say. Wes, would just tell me the asset. Hang on, I'm hot. While he's doing that, I gotta turn my camera off for a second because this thing follows me. I'm just gonna go change my AC. How do I do that? Video. C limited SE on date. C limited. Oh, I see. Okay, hang on. I gotta turn my AC up. Hang on a second. Sorry. Oh shit. See, it follows me. Yeah, let me get you back here. That's the one thing I didn't think about. When I was ordering that little webcam, it said it had AI in it. I was like, oh, okay, cool, right? So what happens is if I move, it follows me. I thought turning it off would save that. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry for the... Okay, so he wants... sorry for the interruption there, but god damn, it's C limited. It gets really hot in here. Okay. I have too many machines on. So on a daily, okay. Apologize for the interruption there, guys. Okay, so here I've got everything here. Good. Okay, C limited. No idea what they do. Oh boy, what a kicker in the fifth. Well, this is nice looking work. West 49. Very nice work, right? So you got the expanded B into the diag here. Very sexy. Okay, so we got, boy, that is quite a kicker there, but there's no way around it. So if you're looking at this here, you have to work backwards. Well, what do you do with this, right? So if you were thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 on work, right? So you're kind of stuck. Or so you're thinking, oh God, is this my 3? Or is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And well, you might have been thinking that right here, right? But it keeps going, right? Relabeling, it's common. Oh, let's take it off just a little bit, just for free up some chart space. That's a great start, right? That's just the kind of thing you want to see on the start because, liquidity would have been here. Okay, so he's got his golden zone map, so we've tapped the 15 but have not broken it. Remember, it has to close below to kill that algo. So he's got this, so we're sitting in the golden zone. It looks like, oh, that's a good, right? This is becoming now, it's not the secret that it once was. To sweep this, complete this, very, very reasonable. Okay, so then look again, right? So you see it, this is actually a good example. So it would be here, first retrace, right? So what do we see there? Right, inverse head and shoulders. Is my camera fucking up now? No, we're back. Okay. Right, it's inverse head and shoulders, right? That's all that is 4, 5, 8, 1, 2, or AB. Right, just head and shoulders here. Oh fuck, it's old school. So ICT would probably have some fucking lingo for this. The guys, I have to give him credit. The repackaging of TA, remarkable. Give it a new name, sell it to the new traders, make several million. All right, good for him. Okay, A, B, C. That's great work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, right. With a little bit of knowledge, right? Look how well he nails this, right? So you can't call this a 5. What do you do with this, right? You're like, oh fuck, what have I got here? Well, you could just make the same case here, really. Now you'd have been looking for this, right? You would have had your inverse head and shoulders, right? Same thing. that you're looking for down here, but you didn't get it. Right? You had it, this it didn't finish, right? So you'd be looking here saying, oh, am I done, right? So that would have been, this is actually a good example, right? So you'd have been thinking here, hey, I got the inverse, I got the head and shoulders golden zone. Well, what would be the problem with that? Right, if this is my pivot, I'm starting with a 5, I'd have to be, oh fuck, how could I? Well, look, maybe you could have done that. You might have been able to, oh, he got locked. You might have been able to talk yourself into this, A, B, but that's a big C. Well, let's just for the, because this is a common experience. Okay, so you've talked yourself into, okay, here's the low. Well, so first question would be, does that make sense, right? Is this the right place for that low? Well, first question it would be, did I finish with a 5? Ooh, all right, well, maybe you're like, well, it's not a great looking 5, but I'm going to go with it. Oh, look here, I got a diag, right? So there's a 1. Okay, well, oh, there's the A, there's the B, there's the C. Okay, for whatever reason, let's say you went with that. Okay, well, 1, oh, do I have it? Oh, no, it's not a 5. Oh, maybe it's going to turn into a diag. So you're sitting right there. Earnings, oh shit, what was that? Oh, we don't have earnings on here. Oh, here, I'll bet that's earnings. Let's get that events, earnings on chart. Earnings. Big miss, big miss. Well, so one question would be, okay, you know, if you're taking that here long into earnings, boy, you better have a good reason, right? I'm not so sure that would have been right here after that 3, a good reason. So let me get it back to the way he sent it, but that's a common sequence that you might find yourself in. Oh fuck! You might find yourself in thinking, does it fit, right? Does it make sense, right? If this were to be the 5, well, first you got the problem of it's not a 5. Okay, diag here, 5 here. So 5, 5. Nope. 5, 5, 3. Nope. Why would you be looking long? Where's Al? Got to know where Al is. I did not check that in advance. There's Al. Shit, hang on. Where is Al? Right? You have to know where he is. Or, promise you, somebody bought that right there. You think they knew that was a golden zone? Oh, we'll get it this time. So back to earlier comments and less comments over the last, I don't know how many years. Where's the worst possible place to enter the market? Right there. Golden zone or no golden zone, even if you didn't know it. All those equal highs. Really? So what are you thinking in your own mind? Oh, it's going to clear them. Of course. Of course it's going to clear them. Maybe you might be thinking, oh, they're going to go up and sweep that before they take it down. Right? It's software, right? So what's software looking for? Liquidity. Oh, God, amazing that here they couldn't get 4 ticks higher and sweep that liquidity like they did here. Well, that's what happened there. Sweep, go. What happens here? Double. Not as clean. This is a better example, right? Where you can just see that they swept them and took it down. But they didn't finish in a 5. So now you're here going, what the fuck? Huh, they didn't get a 5 here. But I do get a 5 here. Oh, is that maybe my start, right? Do I start here? Well, wait a second. I didn't finish with a 5. So, I mean, there's a good example where you say, why am I taking that trade? It's not right. There's a 3 here. Yeah, there's a 5 there. Why would you take that trade? Boredom, lack of discipline, FOMO. Took a flyer, read it online, read it and saw a video on YouTube. Somebody's telling me it's going to the moon. But what we make a real effort of trying to teach you is, of course, now I've talked about the benefits of the group mindshare of being able to check that with people. Hey, I'm thinking about a long here in C limited. What do you guys see here in C limited? Oh man, that didn't finish with a 5, right? And that doesn't look so good, right? I know, after the fact, right? I know. Okay, well, as it sits here right now, we done? Well, we don't have a. Oh, we locked that again. Here, hang on. Did we finish with a 5? Now, when I say that, I'm not suggesting that now, because we don't have a 5 here, this couldn't possibly happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do I want to put money at risk on something that doesn't look right to me based on the technical approach that we take in the market? Why? Okay, well now you're talking yourself into it. Oh, because I'm at the golden zone. Okay, well if you're at the golden zone, I mean, there's never at no time in any video I've done in I don't know how many shit. I don't know, thousands, 3, 4, 5,000 times. Have I ever said just buy the golden zone? No. What do we want to do at the golden zone? We want to wait for the reaction. Well, here we got a reaction. I want to, but it doesn't fit. You'd have to be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's my 5. Oh, I don't get what do I get? I get a 3, and it starts over again. So if anything, I'd say, oh wait, let's see if we can fill that gap, and then maybe you get a 3 to come back into all of this. There, you got it. Well, now the golden zone makes, oh, fucking into the golden zone, perfect. Right now, if it sweeps the golden zone, okay, that's a negative for a long-term bull because you're losing the muscle of that big. I mean, that's a big algo to lose, right? How do you get another one back? Well, if this sweeps down here, he's gone. That's where you get another one back. It won't have this. Well, I mean, look at the target up here. It won't have that as a target, right? If you lose this guy, he's from the low, right? That's from the low, right? So you're going to lose the big bulldozer, right? So now you're back to, okay, well, I got to work with a smaller algo, right? Doesn't mean we won't get there, but that's how you have to approach that. Okay, let me see if it breaks. Okay, it breaks. Bummer, right? You'd rather it didn't. But as it sits right there, I wouldn't long that, golden zone or not. Now give me this, give me a reaction here or this. I'll take that all day long. Where's Al? I'll take that right back into that. Oh, we could do it this way. Use it. Use everything that's there. Oh, here's POC. Swing back in. You got probably a little mitigation that's untouched down here. They tapped a little bit of it. Low edge of value. That's taking from here over, right? So I'd have more down here. Might push that lower. Let it. The only reason you take a trade here now is FOMO. Oh, I didn't want to miss it. Oh shit, I missed it. Motherfucker, that guy told me not to take that trade and I missed it. Son of a bitch. Did you? Did you miss it? Oh, we don't know. Accumulation. Spring before we go back up. We come all the way up here. We come back right up to where we left from. You don't think there's potential that there's a retrace there? They're not going to check this? Anything's possible, but all you'd be doing is just doing this. Bringing that over. Oh, spring, well, accumulation, spring, up we go, right back to retest. Right in the pocket. Okay, I'm almost done, Wanda, I got Wanda. Oh, somebody had a comment yesterday on the SPY here. I mean, then I'm going to do Target, right? I didn't forget you. XRT retail, Jess. Okay, I'll come back to that. How am I doing on time? Shit, I went so long yesterday. Fuck, here I'm going long again. So, shit, I thought I had it over here. I think I can do it here on the SPY. Fuck, I don't know what I've got here. I thought I had ES up here. I know I do somewhere. Oh, whoops. Something just happened. Oh, okay, that got a little weird. Okay, here we go. Oh, here, yeah, let's use this, right? So this was a comment yesterday from someone on the live stream, and it's not a bad thought. Sorry, guys. Okay. So here, this is the count as we left it yesterday. After I went on for on and on and on, and his thought was, oh shit. Let's see. What's going to make this easier for you guys to spot? Okay, let's get all this out of here. All this out of here. Well, there's the golden zone, right? So his thought was, oh, wait a second, you're not bullish enough. It's rare for someone to tell me I'm not bullish enough. Okay, but that was his comment, right? So the thought being, because this is golden zone here from this secondary low, why assume that it's 1, 2, 3? Why not 1, 2, 1, 2? It makes a good point. Well, we're getting crazy bullish. Not that that's not valid, right? We're getting crazy bullish. If this, oh fuck, sorry. If this is 1, 2, 1, 2, and this needs a 3, and this needs a 3, oh shit. We're in outer space, right? This is. I don't know what can cause that. Fed starts easing rates. AI takes over the world. It's interesting, right? That was his comment, right? So what? Why would you think other than that? Well, I mean, I think it's a valid point because of the depth of this, right? So right here at the 50, if we'd done this as a 3 and then we had gone 1, 2 and pushed out, I think you're probably better with the thinking that it's 3, 4, 5. But because we came golden zone, it's not a bad thought. 1, 2, 1, 2. Holy shit, is that bullish? Right? If we have yet to even put in that 3, if this is 1, 2, well, here this would be the 3 up here, right? I can just use it off of the golden zone, right? Because this is a golden zone, so this would be the 1618, right? So we're going to 5,000 on this run, which would mean that this is the 1, right? So I was suggesting it was the 1 of the 5th. This would be the 1 of the 3rd. And we're still not done. Still not done. 6,200. Well, what are we at? 25. If the Fed is lowering, it's very, very reasonable. If they're not lowering, and we got to get through. It's hard not to factor it in. I try and keep politics completely out of this, but we're going to have some volatility in the next year. I'm going to just say it that way, right? At least in the U.S., right? We're going to have volatility. Market doesn't like that uncertainty. There's going to be volatility, right? Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so this would be a high-class problem if you're long, or if you're looking to get long. Oh my God, it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Given the history of the stock market, that is really actually not a bad. That's not, as far as I'm concerned, that's perfectly valid. He may be just quite right. Well, let's just for fun, let's just mark this. So this would be 1, 2. You'd be going for this 3. Fuck, you'd be so far up here. This 3 would be here. You'd be going for 2, 6, 1, 8. And then this would be 1. This would be 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Shit, your 6,000 is going to be an easy target if we start to go here. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the only way that happens is the Fed starts easing. Right? Something's going to have to change in the market moves. Money flows where it's treated best, right? So if the rates start coming down, the risk assets are going to start looking good again. Okay, so I got one more here. Shit, I'm doing 2 hours again. Can't seem to shut up. Okay, target. Let's get target going. Oh, well, let's see. If I do target here, I'm going to have all your stuff here. I can do it over here. Target. Oh, no wonder you wanted target. We're a little late for that. Surprise. Boom. Shit. Is that why that's why you wanted target? It's got to be. Because we just had earnings. Was that yesterday? Today? That's yesterday. Yesterday. Interesting. Where does it come? Right to where it was previously consolidating. Okay. Well, this we're going to have to. Holy fuck! We're going to have to go to weekly here. Jesus, even that is okay. So here's our 1975 low. All right, might have to go to the monthly for this. Wow. Well, when you got something like this, you're just looking for the corrections, right? So where can I see a correction? Well, this looks like I got one here. That's what I would do, right? Oh, somebody's posting for me. I start looking for where are the threes that I can work with. Well, that's a 3. That's not great there. I can't finish anything there. Hey, that's a little wonky there. I'm sure you guys see that. 3. That might take a little time. Well, I might approach it this way, right? So here's a lot of consolidation. Well, you don't have a 2, right? So this has to be your 2. So you're kind of stuck here going, all right, well, long term. Oh, let's go with this here for the time being. Oh, that's an unusual color. Let's go white here. It's either here or here. I'm inclined to put it over here because that 3 has got to be dealt with. Oh, let's just kind of ease into it. Okay, 1, 2. So probably. Do we finish there? Well, shit, we might have. Give me a second here. We'll finish it up. Well, we're back to this is the sausage making. You know, you got to kind of throw them up there, and then you kind of move them on the board. Does it work? Does that fit? Okay, well, does that fly there? I mean, rarely am I working off of a monthly chart. Rarely. All right, so let's dig in here. First question is, do I get an impulse here? It looks like I do. How about let's go back one. Do I get an impulse leading into that? Looks like that. Oh fuck! Like that's gonna have to be a. Well, here, let's just look at it. I can squeak it. Can't get it there, so I can't go A B. That looks like a 5. Where's PK when you need him? Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this. So this is maybe there's a diag in here. I got a 5 there. So there's an ABC right here, right there. Shit. There's a zigzag right here. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what? Looks like I might be able to actually get one right there. 5. So fuck. I got to do it as a 3. So it looks like you might be able to get that here. A, B, C. That needs some work. I'll lose you guys here if I get stuck here. I'll post this. Oh fuck! This is someone who's I don't think he's a member wanted this. I'd have to come back down to the date. I'd have to work through all of this. Let's see how we. Let's just look for Al. Not there. There it is. Okay, so it's just fuck, like nails it. Okay, so that's got to be a 1, 2. We'll have to come. Again, I'll just bore you to death if I'm not careful here. That's not what you wanted to see there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No way around that. Let's go to a daily. Can I get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. That's clean. You'd have to do ABC there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this fuck, I'll be damned. You might be able to do it here. Big kicker in the 5th. That could fly. I might have to double that. So just like we often will double on one side. Pretty good here just to get another 50% of that up there. Okay, 1, 2, we don't overlap here, right? So things that don't, oh shit, do I have that? Perfect. Things that do not happen randomly. All right, that's looking better, right? So I'd still have to come back here and work through that. I know it's there, but I'll bore you guys to death if I get stuck in that. Okay, WX, oh fuck. 1, 2, WX, YX. That looks like I got 5 there. Okay, ABC, X. So let's go WX, Y possibly, right? So, oh fuck, wrong one. ABC, ABC, ABC. So let's label it A, B, C. So we got a little triangle in here, right? So this kind of shit is the classic triangle. When you're like, what the hell? Oh, here, let's label it. I think we can get this A, B, C, D, E. Let's put that in green and let's take it down so it fits in there. All right, so little undershoot in the E, very common, right? So, okay, so I got an A, I got a B, I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I got a candidate here for this to be done. All right, so good. Okay, so now this low is kind of intriguing to me. Is Al around? Well, let's pull it off the 2. Let's see how we look here. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Well, we know Al was here, right? We know he was here. All right, a little front run on that. Here he is again in the golden zone, but we're working off the secondary pivot. Interesting, right? So as you've heard me say 1,000 times, right, this algo does not care about your Elliott count. So that's us trying to fit it in. Fuck, it looks like it's done. Well, let's go to a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, that's a pretty good looking finish. It's not a great start, but then we've got earnings right kicking it today. Okay, so let's go look here. Okay, well, you don't have a lot to work with right now, so you'd likely be thinking something along these lines. Again, if the low is in, and we didn't get a perfectly technical low, although I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. This has to be the E. This is the B. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so here's how I would leave this. I don't know that it's ripe for a trade just yet, but I would leave these right here. Okay, so I got equal highs here. Swept, came down. They didn't get the lows here, so rocket launch. Oh, all right. So don't forget to do things like this, right? Check where's the market fat and happy? Oh, I'd do the whole thing. Oh. Interesting. Went right back to the POC, which is probably not hard to deduce looking at this. Oh, well, look what we did. Right back to the POC on the big kick off of earnings. Now, can we look? Of course, right? We're leaving this below. 1, 2, looks like that's a decent start. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? There's one more there. So I'll tell you, it would be perfect, right? If you could get this, we don't know if the market will cooperate up to the edge of value, come back in something like this, and then go. Right, that's what I'd be looking for. If that's too, if you're uncomfortable with that, you just wait for that to finish, and you take the next 3. Well, I'm going to go for the free draw. Did I get it? Oh, a little long. All right, that would be right down here. Now I don't have the pivot up here. Right, so you're waiting. You know, if you don't want to take the 4 to the 5, right, to come back up here and challenge all of this, right, all of this consolidation up here. If you don't want to take that, it's too much risk for you. Let it complete the 5. So you're like, okay, I got a 5. Okay, well, I'm waiting for the 3. You don't, right? You can't say I only buy golden zones, right? Well, you could say that, but it's better risk reward. But often they'll front run. I mean, you see all sorts of things. You'll see a front run. You'll see it go right to the edge. You'll see wick go through. You'll see a front run here. You see them right in the middle. Oh, well, here's where we are right now. All right, this is all speculation. We're just dealing with the POC, right? What happens at the POC? You have no edge. That's the point of trying to, I mean, there's no edge here. What are we looking for? A slight edge. You have no edge there at the POC. No telling which way that goes. All right, look at that. I think I got it. And oh, I'm going to finish 3 minutes early. All right, I think we got it. Did I miss anybody? Oh, here. IoT. Let's do this real quick. IoT. IoT. USD. And then we'll wrap it up there. Oh, shit. You don't want Bitfinex, do you? God, are they still even in business? Fuck, I guess they are. Let's try USDT. Well, let's come to my sponsor. I actually do, right? It's not just that they pay us. This is a really nice exchange. One of the good ones. But full disclosure, right? They sponsor us, right? So that's why I feature them. But if I didn't like them, I wouldn't do it. I get approached probably 2 to 3 times a week, new exchanges. One sponsor me. Most of them are just dog shit. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. They're not quite ready. Well, let's go to a daily here. Shit, we don't have a lot of history here. Well, I don't matter, right? So here's the low we'd be working from. Oh, you probably make a case that you got 5 down here. You'd have some overlap, unfortunately, right there. So, ABC, 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 ABC. Right? So you probably do a diag there. All this kind of finishes nicely. Got no algo resistance here. You've cleared, so it's looks like you got a leading diag there. If we can do it in a series of 3s, this is a little iffy here. I might go with that, right? Just to, oh shit, I'm not digging deep into it. Did we get the overlap? Well, I think we did. Well, so gets a little rough around the edges. Some will tell you if the final pivot, if that's the 4. Looks like you'd have to go WX. Oh, fuck, A. I can't quite get that. Do you need this here? Or if we put the 4 here, we definitely have the overlap here, but that's not much of a 3. It looks like you have to truncate here, so this looks like a better 4. So, okay, coming out of there. It's not great, right? This has like always been kind of a chop monster. I'd be just kind of because this is a little sloppy. I'd be waiting for something. Okay, right? Okay, good, right? We got a kick here. We got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher. Right? We've got the makings of a trend. It's not a gorgeous looking Elliott count, but we don't. That's not a requirement. Okay, I got a swing that's in trend, and maybe you call that a little micro break here, but you'd want to break some of this where you get a good change of character. Even this would be better, right? So you'd at least have something here. Each one of these would be potential liquidity, right? So what do you get here? You're getting liquidity that's waiting to be taken. So this would be reasonable, right? Get something like this. Sweep all this, right? They're going to be here at each one of these. That's probably reasonable, right? All of these get taken. You got a little order block demand zone here. There's unmitigated swing here before you went up. It came down. It just tested the edge, right? That's very, very, very common. You'll see that if I zoom in there. We see this in the futures markets all the time, right? We're looking what's unmitigated, right? So if you bring it right here, they come right to the edge of that. That is not coincidence. Right, it's not coincidence. Right, now we go up from that. Okay, so all of these are ripe to get swept. Right, you can just see them. Fuck here, if I won't even put it on there. But okay, it's not a great fucking. That could be. Well, it's not bad. I mean, it's good enough to where okay, I'd at least have a start on something. Now I might come back and work through some of that. But right now, if that starts coming down here towards that 50. Boy, I sure would want to see it do it in a 5, right? So my requirement to take a long here, this is going to have to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I didn't draw that long enough there, or something like that. It's going to have to come into that pocket. Okay, let's again, just as we did before, let's use the tools that are here. Okay, whoa, they're here right at the edge of value. Maybe I can get in down here. Right, this would be a natural spot for the market to react. Now it doesn't mean that I'm never saying it couldn't do that, but that would be a reasonable spot. But if we're coming down like this into a high volume node here or higher volume node here, I'm not going to sit with a limit order right here. I'm going to wait for, just as I tell all of you guys, do the same thing. Oh, okay, right. So what do I have here? Right now I've got that same right inverse head and shoulders. It's just a different labeling, right? Was really all we're saying. Right? We're getting, here's the 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, or A, B, whatever the case may be. And then, if I guess the classic way, right? If that's your neckline. ICT does have a name for this, and I can't fucking think of it. Oh shit, I can't think of it. Right? It's an inverse head and shoulders that he's given a sexy name to, but. Seems to sell courses. Okay, guys, that's everything I got. All right, I'm glad we finished this up here. Enric, I got that. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. PK showing off that he speaks Japanese. Amazing. All right, guys, I'm glad you came. PK, thanks for the assist. Next time we'll get it so we can both talk here. We'll get our. We're not great with live stream. We're getting better. Okay, you guys have a great afternoon. I'm back tomorrow.